God, you knew it had to be over a beer if it wasn't going to be on the farm, right?
Right. Well, we could have a beer on the farm.
We could have a beer on the farm.
It's getting serious. I mean, we're going to be losing a lot of farmers, filing bankruptcy. I mean, they're not getting loans for the spring. They cannot handle all the pressure.
Talk about all the reasons why things are not going the way, and just be honest about it. I just want to talk about how I can help you.
Yes, right.
And the farm economy. And I don't really give a damn if you're a Democrat or a Republican or hate both parties.
The cost of everything, the inflation part of everything is costing. It started probably back with the Biden administration. That was his last year when inflation took off.
Yeah.
And actually COVID. Yeah. COVID actually started the whole thing too, because that's when we started running into problems with machinery, getting parts, and then the tariffs. I'm going to say the tariffs have not helped us.
Yeah.
I understand sometimes why they are, but they're not helping us at all right now, at all.
And right now you're seeing a war in Iran that is now putting pressure on fertilizer and other supply chain items that are important to family farmers.
So we prepaid a lot of things in December.
Yeah.
So our fertilizer, our fuel, and everything is all bought for this year. But the farmers, the young farmers that are struggling to, they couldn't get financing there. So now they're at today's market with fuel, with fertilizer.
Right.
They're hurt. They're going to be paying, it could be $70 an acre more for fertilizer. Fuel is $1 a gallon higher than it was 5 weeks ago.
I openly share my story of growing up the granddaughter of a farm foreman. And in the 1980s farm crisis, my grandpa lost his job. And the family was never the same after that. That's actually what we're talking about right now, is something that feels very similar. Let's talk about what it felt like to think that you might be, the third generation might be the last on the farm.
You're going to be a failure. You're letting the family down. That's the big thing. And farmers are very private people.
Yep.
They don't like to talk about issues that go on.
Yeah.
And, I didn't talk about my depression or anything. It happened in 1986, and I didn't say anything that anybody, except my wife, knew it.
Right.
Until 2017.
Wow.
I didn't say anything to anybody because it was nobody else's business. But
why did you decide to do it in 2017?
It started. People started to talk about depression and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was talk about getting help for depression and anxiety. And we got to stop the suicide. And you know what? I finally said, if I could help somebody, I'm going to do it.
That's right.
And I got a call from the American Soybean Association because they were going to put a couple articles out. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I can just tell those stories. And they were shocked when I told them my story, what I went through. They had no idea. Big old Bob, he didn't.
Yeah.
He's just a lovable, happy-go-lucky. Well, he wasn't always happy-go-lucky. It's just lucky my wife made me go get help. Suicide is one of the big things in agriculture because suicide is the number one cause of death in agriculture, and we're starting to see a little more of that all the time. So things are tough.
Why does someone keep farming if there's no money in it?
The love of agriculture, the love of farming. I mean, it's in your blood. It's something, you grow up as a young kid on the farm, and you get that in your blood. It's your passion. And that's all you know. Like for me, I don't have a hobby except farming. Farming is my hobby, my life, my everything.
It's your way of life.
It is my way of life. Truly a way of life because that's all I have. We have to get agricultural back sustainable. By sustainable, I mean we need to be able to show a profit. So we can show up good profit every year in a family. We can get our kids back on the farm. Because that would be the thing that would be phenomenal. Because that's what? Then your average ages will go down again.
Right.
You get the younger people there. So we either got to be done through livestock or we got to get a much better profitability in agriculture.
So that means costs have got to come down.
Yes,
It's
cost.
going to be more profitable.
And we got to have our what we get for our product
That's
go
right.
up
Yeah.
and find new homes for it.
Right. Yeah. American innovation is extraordinary. Give me an example of something crazy that soybeans are made out of that maybe America has never thought of.
Well, soy foam. Soy foam. You know what soy foam is?
Nope.
Soy foam is a new foam to help put out fires. Right now, the foam that they use has got a lot of PFAS in it.
Yep, that's right.
And now soy foam has zero, and it's all natural.
Well,
And
save all those firefighters from getting cancer.
That's right. And you know, I'm going to keep farming as long as I possibly can until my health isn't. Yeah. And I like doing what I do with the soybean world.
Yeah.
I really love talking to you in Washington, D.C. or wherever we can talk.
Especially when there's a beer involved.
Cheers!
Cheers. Yeah.